Hi, everybody. This is Joel Simmons for another 2-minute Turf Talk. We have talked about water in the past, but water is so important to understand as far as what it's telling you. And really what we want to look for when we look at a water sample is what are the red flags. So let's look at a couple water samples so we can get an understanding as to what might be good and what might be bad. Give you some quick understanding as to how to read this piece of paper and what things you want to look for. Take a look at this first sample that we have here. Now, this sample has a fairly high pH of 7.2, although that's not bad. But you can see very quickly what jumps out at you if you look down this paper. The first thing that you want to look at in this water is sodium, but in particular, look at the salt concentration on this particular test. It's down at 13.8, which is incredibly high. I'm not even sure that this water wouldn't burn or affect negatively any kind of plant material. So this water has an awful lot of salt. If this is the irrigation water that you're using on a regular basis, you best be able to buffer that soil. You probably won't be able to take out all this salt concentration in the water, at least not cost effectively. But you can buffer your soil by getting a carbon-based fertility program in here and get something in there to kind of take that sodium out of that soil, at least take it away from the plant. Things like humic acids are extremely effective at buffering this. Take a look at this water. Now, this water has a higher pH, but it's fairly well balanced. It has a little bit of sodium, but as you can see, the calcium level, if you look at the pounds per acre inch of calcium and sodium, you can see calcium is at 6.4 and sodium is only 3.2, so it's 50% of it. And the salt concentration compared to the last one, which was over 14, is now only 186. This is actually a very clean water. Even though it has a high pH, it is a fairly clean water. The bicarbonates are only 134, which is pretty good. It could accumulate some bicarbonates on your soil surface, but all in all, this is a fairly clean water. And as you can see by our description of these two different tests, the first thing that we look at is salt concentration, bicarbonates, and most importantly, sodium. This gives you a good understanding as to kind of damage that water might cause. And when it really becomes an issue is when you're in a situation where irrigation water usage is very high. Hopefully this helps you better understand that water test. Here at Earthworks, we can help you work your way through the water test. One thing that we do suggest, if you haven't done this in years past, is run your water at least 3 times, spring, summer, and fall, so you have a pretty good understanding as to the consistency of your water system and your irrigation water throughout the season. Thank you very much.